Hi, it's Dot from dot2trot.com, and today I'm cooking a chicken marsala, an Indian dish, and to go with it, to make it really low carb and healthy, I'm making a cauliflower rice. So what I'm using today is obviously a head of cauliflower. I've already gone ahead and shredded it down into sort of rice-size pieces. You can either, I did this in my food processor with its shredding capability. You can also use this with an actual grater and grate the cauliflower down if you choose to. But I'm using obviously cauliflower. I'm adding some roughly chopped up cilantro to go with it. I'm going to be cooking it in about 50 grams of butter or 2 ounces of butter. And I'm using some turmeric to go with it for flavoring, and also it'll color it. It smells so good. I just love the flavor. But this would be perfect to go with an Indian dish. If you didn't want to use the turmeric, and let's say you're making like a fajita dish, but you don't want to obviously use flour tortillas, you can use a cauliflower rice for that. You can just use cilantro and lime to go with it to give you a nice burst of flavor. But for this one, it's an Indian dish, so I'm using turmeric. So right now what I'm going to do is go ahead and melt my butter in a large skillet, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the cauliflower rice to that. All right, I got my 2 ounces of butter melted. I have my heat on medium. You don't want it too high because you don't want to burn the cauliflower or overcook it. I'm going to go ahead and add it in. All of it. All of the shredded cauliflower is in. And what I'm going to do, it's an awful lot of cauliflower. What I'm going to do is sort of turn it a little bit. The main thing is you just don't want it to burn. And you're going to essentially, you want it to get to the point where it's sort of a little bit softened, but still have a little bit of a crunch to it, sort of the firmness of rice, of cooked rice. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and add in the turmeric completely. And then I'm going to just sort of go ahead and start mixing that in with the cauliflower. All right, I went ahead and I mixed all the turmeric in with the cauliflower. You can see it has a nice yellow color to it. It smells really good. And what I'm going to do now, it's on a medium heat. Unfortunately, I don't have a lid for this pan. That's very, very good, but I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to cover it for a little bit and cook it for about 5 to 10 minutes. What you're essentially doing on a medium heat is you're letting it steam, which just like you would with rice, you let it steam to get the grains, the kernels from being hard to soft or soft enough for the desired consistency. And you're doing the same thing with the cauliflower. So I'll check it in about 5 minutes to see if it's what I really want. I'll mix it up a little bit, but again, just keep it on a nice medium heat, and you're just going to steam it. And about the halfway point, I'm also going to add in the cilantro too and mix that all in. But right now, we're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes and steam. All right, it's been about 7 minutes, and oh, it smells really good. It's definitely looking a little softer. I'm going to take a little taste. So, excuse my mouth. It's not as crunchy, but it still has a little bit of a crunch, but it's definitely soft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the heat off and put my little cover down here, and I'm going to go ahead and add my cilantro to it for some added flavor. And you want to be careful because you don't want it exploding everywhere, but just a touch of cilantro to add in there. It has a beautiful color to it, but it smells wonderful. Here you go. You can always add a little bit more cilantro if you want to. You can even add parsley if you feel like it. Or no herbs if you don't want. Oh, there's a big chunk of cauliflower that got chunked up in there. But otherwise, it has a wonderful little flavor to it. It's a little turmeric always seems a little sweet to me when I taste it. But it has a nice little flavor to it. It makes it, and also it has a nice buttery feel to it because of the butter that you're using with it. Again, it's not burnt, but it's a nice soft texture, so it still seems a fluffiness, and you're just you want to stir it around a little bit to fluff it like you would rice after you cook rice. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe, and let me know what other side dishes that you'd like to see or how to make them low carb, and I'll see what I can do, or give it a shot. Or if you have your own recipes that are low carb, what do you actually do to sort of like make a wonderful little side dish that would go with whatever you're having? I'm really curious to sort of find out. Thanks.